Hey everybody, welcome back to Brothers in Air. In this video, I'm going to share with you something that I made, a little reg puller stick for my Huma regs, just to make life a little easier, make it more efficient and safer, cleaner, all around. It's just, it's been a great little tool here. So I'm going to share with you guys what I did here. But anyhow, every Huma reg in the bottom of the piston in the air pass-through hole, it's threaded. And it's threaded with an M3 by 0.5. So you can thread right into that, and like with the stick here, you can see I've got full control of the reg. I can push one, pull one, I can come make set point changes, whatever I've got to do, and I don't even have to touch the regulator. That way I don't have to set it down. I don't have to, get lint or hair or fuzz or anything on the O-rings. I don't have to clean it up and then re-grease it. It's just good to go. Pull it, make your point change or whatever you got going on, and bam, you're back in there and back to shooting, all within about 5 minutes. So, like when you get a new gun and it's not regulated and you're going to install a regulator, you're going to be pulling that reg in and out of there. You could just choose a set point, and go on in there and set up and go. But if you're really fine tuning and you're really trying to find what works the best, you're going to be pulling that reg in and out of there several times, to find that sweet spot, let's just call it. But anyhow, what I did for years, I've been rocking with this puller stick here for about 9 months, a year now or something. But what I did for years is I would just, degas the gun, remove the air cylinder, and I would cut my hand around the end of the cylinder, get a fill probe into it, and a couple pumps with a hand pump, or flip on the compressor for a second. And I would let pressure build up on the high pressure side of the reg enough that it would force it forward and out the end of the air tube. And sometimes it'll get stuck on the threading, and cock a little bit sideways and the air pressure sneak past. And then you got to jam it back in, start over. A couple of times, man, I had this sucker, it got stuck on the threading, but still had pressure behind it, So I thought just another half a pump, another couple cranks of the old compressor or whatever, and it'll pop right out. And like I said, I always would cut my hand around it and catch it right in my hand, because you're not going to go in there and pull it out with your fingers or nothing. It's a push fit. The plenum is push fit onto the valve, so it's just going to pop off and your valve's still stuck down in there, and you're never going to get it out of there any other way really besides pressurizing and pushing it out. So like I said, it got stuck on the threading. And, I set it down for a second just so I can get the hand pump or the compressor going again or whatever. And, man, that sucker comes shooting out of there, just boom, like a freaking 700 grain bullet, man, right across the room. There's a big old dent in the door. And, so you want to be safe. That was not, by the way, at all instructions on how to remove your reg from your air cylinder. Please do not do that because I just said so, and make you something like this, okay? So let's talk about this just for 1 second. Oh, here we go. Now, you can go to the hardware store and get an M3. Like I said, it's a metric thread. It's an M3 by 0.5, and it doesn't matter. Make sure you get one long enough that you got enough, to work with there. You don't want to go too short. But anyways, all you're going to do is get that screw. It doesn't matter, socket head, flat head, whatever it is, because you just take a wire cutters and clip that head right off so that all you've got left is the threaded shank of the screw. And then what I did is I just took a wooden dowel. I think it's 7/16. But anyways, took a wooden dowel and undersized the drill bit a little bit from the threading, So I think I went like with a 2.6 millimeter or a 2.7 or something like that. And then I just, with a hand drill, I marked with a center punch my hole, right in the center, mapped it out so I could get dead center. You want to make sure you're in the center, and you want to try to drill it as square as possible. Obviously you're drilling by hand. It's not going to be perfect, but you want to make sure you're not cocked in there, because if you're a little off center, it'll still work just fine. But if you're not centered, mostly with this screw, what's going to happen when you're turning it to thread it into the reg, it's going to be doing this type of thing, so it's going to be a real bear reaching down in that air tube and getting it to grab and start threading, so that it can go straight in. But like I said, I just drilled the hole. I took some Gorilla Glue and put a drop of Gorilla Glue into the hole, screwed in this M3 by 0.5 threaded shank, you know, that I got after I cut the head off of it. And then I let it set up overnight and dry, and now we got a reg puller stick. So it just so happens that I'm going to be switching to, I'm switching this to a slug tune right now, and so I'm going to be switching out to this custom 50 millimeter plenum here. So it's a perfect time for me to show you, you know, just how efficient and fast it can be. And like I said, you don't have to get any fuzz or lint or hair on the reg, you know, on the O-rings or anything. You don't have to re-grease. Everything's fine that way. You know, that grease ain't gone nowhere. Grease, oil, whatever you're using. But anyways, I've already degassed this gun. So let's get the cylinder off real quick, and I can show you just how fast and great this little stick is. So let me get this off of here. All right, so we got our air tube off. All I'm going to do is come in with my stick and thread it in. Oh, heck. No, we're going to have to get a little edit in there, man. I just dropped the stick in and all hell broke loose up in here. So anyways, we got the air cylinder off. All you got to do now is take your puller stick and thread it in there. Now what I do, just real gently, I thread down as deep as it can go, you know, till it stops. You can feel it stop. But don't go any further than that, you know. Don't try to crank it in there, and you know, it's just soft brass. So just go till you bottom out lightly. And now we got our stick in there. All you got to do is pull it straight out, give it a little wiggle past the threading, and bam, we're out of there. So I set my air cylinder down a second, and like I said, you could just hold the reg body, come up on here. I'm gonna make my little set point change to where I need to be for these, and then I'm just gonna give a push, get this plenum off of here. Take my new one, pop it right on, and we're ready to rock. Take my air cylinder, make sure I know which way is up, so we get our vent hole in the right way, you know, in the right position. And then I'm just gonna put it in, give it a little wiggle, and bam, we're in there. Pop our stick out, ready to go, you know, back on the gun, screw her down, pressurize, you're back shooting in, you know, 4 or 5 minutes. Quick, fast, and easy. No re-greasing, no cleaning, no nothing. You know, safe. We're not shooting regs across the room, trying to blow holes through the door or nothing like that. So, anyways, I hope this was helpful for you guys. You know, I hope somebody can put this little idea to use. Now, technically, you don't have to make a stick. You know, you could go and get the M3 by 0.5 screw and, you know, maybe with magnetic bit, you know, come in there, thread it into your reg, and then you could come in with a needle nose pliers and grab the head of the screw, you know, and yank it out that way. But it'd be nothing but a hassle, and you're slipping off the head of the screw and all kinds of crap. So I just thought it'd be easiest to make a stick. But anyways, hope you guys found that useful, and hope you guys are safe, healthy, and making it all right, you know, financially, and family doing good, all that kind of stuff. And I hope you've been air gunning your ass off like me, and just having a blast. So we'll see you on the next one, guys.